Welcome everyone, today we are taking a look at the Winco cut resistant glove. I've lost count of the number of times I've injured my fingers in the kitchen. Sometimes with a knife, but most oftenly with a grater. This grater is an endless source of injuries. When you're using a cut glove though, that's no longer an issue. You can grate things really fast and it saved me so much time. I'm able to go through tons and tons of potatoes in minutes. In this video, I'm going to be covering three parts. First, I'm going to go over the specifications. Second, I'm going to show you a demo of this item and show you what kind of protection exactly it provides. And finally, I'm going to go over functionality. So let's begin with the specifications. This glove, this particular one, is medium-sized. It comes in small, medium, large. It's made of a woven Kevlar glass fiber. It's not metal. A lot of cut-resistant gloves are made of metal strands. This one is not. When you look at it, there's no metal in it. This is called a cut-resistant glove because it's resistant to cuts, but with enough force, as you'll see later, you can actually cut through it. So it's not a cut-proof glove. Also, it provides no protection from punctures or serrated blades. It's very important you don't use this when you're working with a saw or any kind of power equipment because these fibers, they're very tough, and if they get stuck in the teeth of a circular saw, for instance, you can end up with your entire hand pulled in there. So only for kitchen utensils, for things like mandolins, graters, knives, this glove works great. Don't use it with power equipment. Okay, now for the fun part. We're going to see how well this glove protects this apple. And in this test, we're going to use this very sharp knife. I just honed it a few minutes ahead of time. And you can see it slices through paper with ease. We're going to try three things. First, we're going to see how well it does with chopping motions. Then we're going to try slicing motions. And finally, we're going to try puncture resistance. And I'm going to use the scale to make sure that I have a consistent amount of pressure each time. We're going to aim for 10 pounds. So let's begin. First up, our chopping motion. We're going to bring it down all the way to 10 pounds. So let's take a look. You can see we have a dent in the apple, but it did not cut through. Now we're going to try slicing through it. Let's take a look. I'm going to bring it down to 10 pounds. And I'm trying to cut through. And it's feeling very smooth, but I don't think it's going through. Oh, look at that. So we did go through. Went through just a little bit. But let's look at the apple. So you can see even though we damaged the glove doing this, the apple is still perfectly fine. Now this glove, it's not designed to protect from puncture resistance, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to see how well it handles it. So let's see, we're going to 1, 2, 3, okay, 3 pounds and we're already through. So you can see we went through right away. So to summarize, we learned a few things from our experiment. First of all, this glove, great protection when you're chopping through things. I'll feel very confident wearing this one. I'm chopping through squash, watermelon, or something large where there's a risk of that knife slipping when I'm... We also saw this glove, it's not cut proof. When I pressed down really hard and tried to slice through it, I managed to get through. Now it took a lot. 10 pounds of force when you're slicing, that's a lot of pressure. So in practice, if you're slicing through something and your knife slips and goes into your finger, this glove, it'll provide you some protection as long as you're not pressing too hard on that knife. But you may end up damaging the glove. And finally, puncture resistance. This glove provides virtually no puncture resistance as expected. So keep that in mind when you're working with it. To sum things up, I've been very happy with this glove. In just a couple weeks of using it, I'm sure it saved my fingers from several grater injuries alone. So if you're looking for a cut glove that will protect your hands when you're working with a knife, with a mandolin, with a grater, it's a great choice and I highly recommend it. Just remember the caveats I mentioned earlier. It doesn't protect from punctures and it does not protect you from power equipment, so don't use it for those types of situations. One last note, lots of thanks to the folks at Tiger Chef for providing me this glove to test out. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section and I will be happy to get them answered for you.